Good morning, Derby fans. Yes, we know it's early, but welcome to day number 2 here at the Mitten Kitten Mashup 2024. I'm Biff Mixlot, and I am joined by...
Hey, Bob, that's right. You guys ready to have a good time? And I've already had my Starbucks coffee.
Yes.
I'm ready to go. I've had a nice breakfast. Thank you so much, Grand Rapids Roller Derby, for being very awesome and providing that. Looks like we've got some really good teams here on track 1. It is the Lansing A, I believe.
Yes, and Lansing A against the small town Outlaws.
Got it. And it looks like our Lansing A is under gray, and our small town Outlaws are black and red. So remember that, okay? This is going to be a very interesting matchup. I have not seen Small Town Outlaws play just yet. I have seen Lansing, and they have been working very hard this year. So this should be a very interesting bout, and I wonder if everybody has had their coffee and Wheaties this morning. We'll see.
Yep, I've had my coffee. I had to fight all the multi-level marketers and amateur boxers in the line at Starbucks at the hotel this morning.
And you made it.
I made it. Thank God for mobile ordering.
That's right. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Are we going to start on up, or are we?
All right. We have skating in the black jerseys. That is the Small Town Outlaws. Their first jammer will be number 23. That is Mad Splatter.
Co-captain looks like as well. And then we look like our Lansing jammer, number 18, Hertino. Possibly.
Okay, it's early. We're still trying to figure this out.
We're trying. We're like, what are we doing?
Everybody's still waking up.
Yep. And we do have our referees here. We have, it looks like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. I think we got everybody. So the officials are going to start rolling along, but I think that everybody's just kind of getting ready here.
Unfortunately, these teams find themselves here because they had the misfortune of losing their first game yesterday.
Oh, no.
And Lansing lost their game to Ann Arbor's B team, the 1 o'clock game yesterday. And Small Town Outlaws lost to Great Lakes. So Ann Arbor will take on Great Lakes at 1:15 here on track number 2. Here on track number 2.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
All right. Just waiting on the officials to decide we are ready to start playing roller derby.
Our scoreboard is being amazing at the moment, so we're trying to figure that one out. And then we will play some roller derby. That's right. But in the meantime, you know what? We might as well get these sponsors rocking here.
Yeah, might as well.
American Culinary Federation Grand Rapids chefs are providing all the meals for refs and NSOs for the whole weekend, which we really applaud that. That is some fantastic work there. And I also want to call out the jam line, since we're kind of waiting on the jam line here. TJ Holmes, Keller Williams, Grand Rapids North, and Treadstone Mortgage. In a jam with real estate, Violet and her trusted Brendan O'Driscoll Treadstone team will be able to help. And of course, we want to stay out of the penalty box, but if we are there, D1-E Plumbing and Mechanical, sponsored by D1-E, your mechanical partner. And timeout sponsor, we might as well say, hey, Bell's Brewery with Alliance Beverage, two-hearted timeout. Of course, if we get any of those, we'll let you know. And we want to let you know that, of course, any of this would not be able to happen without equipment. Yes, equipment. Modern Skate Shop and Next Level Skate Shop helping us out with helmets, mouth guards, knee pads, all that stuff to keep our skaters safe.
And we have a whole bunch of vendors here. Please be sure to patronize them. Looks like they're still getting set up. But the more stuff you buy, the less they have to take home.
And let me tell you what, as I was walking through, I scoped out a few things. I'm not going to leave here without spending some cash, that is for sure.
I think we even have a caricature artist.
Oh, we're going to have to go do that.
Probably all the way from Cedar Point or someplace like that.
I'm definitely going to get out of that for sure. I got to make that happen.
Those of you watching at home are missing out, trust me.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting, but I absolutely love it when, you know, not only obviously roller derby is happening, of course, but also the shopping. The shopping is so much fun because you can find some really unique, interesting things to get.
That is true. Definitely true. You get some team merch, you get some skate gear.
And
you got all kinds of right. I said I don't know if the two-hearted the Bell's Brewery people are selling anything, but they're giving away some stickers and stuff.
Ooh, nice.
So I got a nice Bell's Oberon sticker for my Yeti.
There we go. Yeah, you'll fit into Grand Rapids very nicely then.
Yes. But Bell's is a Kalamazoo thing, so
Yeah. This side of the state, we'll go with that.
Okay, yeah. They like their beer here in Western Michigan.
They do. And I'm sure we'll find that out. Probably when do they start? Probably like 11 or 12, one of the two.
Yep.
Some of you are counting it down. I know. I get it.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. It looks like we might be getting closer to a start. Everybody's starting to get into their areas where they need to be, so that's always good news. And as tournaments go, you know, you never start on time.
No.
It's not a thing.
Never.
That is never a thing. So I always try to build in like 10, 15-minute leeway.
The schedules are mostly suggestions.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially as you get later in the day.
Yep. Now I'm trying to remember, is this the first time that Grand Rapids Roller Derby has hosted Mitten Kitten?
It may be.
It is. Okay, great. Awesome.
I believe it is.
Well,
so,
you know what?
okay.
Fantastic work.
And we get the whistle to start everything.
Yay! There we go.
Reno jamming against number 23, Med Splatter for the Small Town Outlaws. And the first bout of Saturday here at Mitten Kitten 2024 is underway.
And
Reno
right up at the front,
Yep.
but still dealing with a wall of Small Town Outlaws to get drawn all the way back. Ooh, our Small Town Outlaw. Yeah, there we go. It
Mad
is number
Splatter.
23.
Yep. Nice recovery to get lead for the Small Town Outlaws from Kalkaska, Michigan.
And it looks like our Lansing jammer is still trying to make their initial pass, not being successful at the moment.
And in the meantime, Mad Splatter picks up the first 4 points of the game for the Small Town Outlaws. Reno has picked up a penalty.
Yep, going to sit in the box.
That's going to put the Small Town Outlaws on the power jam.
And the penalty box is sponsored by D1-E, your mechanical partner. Going to go sit down and think about what they did.
So Mad Splatter completing a second scoring pass. 8-0 in the jam so far for the Outlaws. Small Town Outlaws also with a 4-on-3 pack advantage at the moment. Yeah, Lansing's pack now back at full strength. As Mad Splatter calls the jam.
So
4 more points for the Small Town Outlaws. That is a 12-0 jam.
Nice.
To start the game for the Small Town Outlaws.
Very nice. A very nice idea. The Small Town Outlaws jammer calling it off so they can start on a power jam. Very good idea.
So Reno standing in the D1-E plumbing and mechanical penalty box. Jamming for the Outlaws is number 44.
Go
Gadget.
Oh, wait, hold
Batch.
on. It's Batch.
Excuse me.
Excuse us.
Batch, the jammer of record for the Small Town Outlaws. Number 40.
And Reno is out of the box and is now meeting up with some Small Town Outlaws at the back of the pack.
So Batch gets drawn back, but finds a path to the outside, hops on the toe stops. One blocker to beat at the front. And Batch's lead jammer. Herderino out of the pack in hot pursuit. Pack speeds up through the straightaway in front of the benches, and the jam is called. No points for either team.
It looks like Batch kind of took like a little bit of a spill on the way. I checked with the ref. Was, hey, did I call it off? Yep. All right, we're good.
Sometimes you just want to check.
Yep, double check it. Always a good idea. All right, our next jab. Here we go. Yep.
Sarah Sasson to the jammer line for Lansing against.
We will find out momentarily. Oh, it's Hope Lawless. There we go.
And Sarah Sasson is lead jammer for Lansing.
That was a very quick through.
Hope Lawless still in the pack. Being drawn back by number 22 for Lansing. That is Yar. Sarah Sasson racks up 4 quick points for Lansing.
It looks like Hope Lawless is having kind of a time with the Lansing pack there.
And Sarah Sasson stretching the pack to its breaking point, but she gets sent to the infield. Forced to recycle into turn 2. But Sarah Sasson finds a path around. That's 4 points.
And Hope
Small Town Outlaws.
It is now your new jammer, which is Kraza. Kraza just put on that helmet cover, and like, boom, it was done. So it wasn't jammer for long.
It forced a very quick call off by Lansing.
Absolutely.
They've narrowed the score to 12-8.
And let's see, we have jammers up. We've got, here we go. We have number 12, Emotional Jammage for Lansing. And number 23, that's Mad Splatter again for Small Town Outlaws. Mad Splatter's having quite a time with a wall of Lansing here at the back.
In the meantime, Emotional Jammage gaining lead status for Lansing. Blockers reorganizing between the pivot line and the jammer line. Mad Splatter finds a path to the inside.
There we go.
Completing an initial pass for the Small Town Outlaws.
And called out by Lansing. You know, I have a feeling I know what Lansing's doing, you guys. They're calling off before these Small Town Outlaws could do anything.
That's right.
That's going to be very effective if they can continue that.
The lead jammer is in a defensive position as much as it is an offensive.
Absolutely. And it seems that Lansing has some really good eyes on where the Small Town Outlaw jammer will be. So they're calling it off very smartly. Fantastic work on that.
All right, Rogue One to make their first appearance as jammer for Lansing against Batch, number 4.0 for the Small Town Outlaws. And Batch's lead jammer. Rogue One in hot pursuit. Blockers slowly rolling through the pack, and Batch decides, discretion being the better part of valor, I'm going to call this off. It's a 0-0 jam. Score remains frozen at 12-10 in favor of the Small Town Outlaws.
And we do have a couple of Lansing blockers in the penalty box, sponsored by D1-E, your mechanical partner. So Lansing's going to start with 2 down when it comes to blockers. And here we go. We have got, let's see, Humble Pie of Small Town Outlaws.
Jamming against Herderino of Lansing.
And it looks like Herderino is trying to push towards the back here. Running into 3 Small Town Outlaws with a nice little tripod. Oh.
In the meantime, Humble Pie stretching the pack, trying to get past that last blocker.
And there we go.
But does not beat Herderino out of the pack. Raggidy is lead jammer for Lansing.
And it looks like both teams are at full force. Raggidy calls it off from the floor. And successful to do so. I don't know if the Outlaws were able to grab any sort of points on that one.
So no points for the Outlaws. And they appear to still be conferring about the number of points for Lansing, but 2 points for Lansing.
There we go.
That'll give us a tie game,
Hey.
12-12.
Nice. And here we go. Next round, we got Sarah Assassin of Lansing and Mad Splatter of Small Town Outlaws going against each other here. And it looks like we've got Small Town Outlaws. Mad Splatter is your lead.
And many blockers in the D1-E mechanical penalty box.
Yeah.
Much less traffic for the jammers to navigate. Mad Splatter picks up a quick 4 points and calls the jam.
And that jam
Small Town Outlaws regain the lead, 16-12.
And that jam was a little bit quicker, that's for sure. All right, it looks like we do have a couple of blockers from Lansing chilling in the box right now. They'll be out, don't worry. And
so Batch to jam against emotional jammage of Lansing. And Batch splits the last 2 blockers and picks up lead jammer status for the Small Town Outlaws.
And there we go. Emotional Jammage taking a quick little whip off of her teammate there to get a boost. And that was a quick one, but all teams are now back at full force. Everybody's out of the penalty box.
And Small Town Outlaws collect 2 points, extend their lead to 18-12. 20 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the half.
And there we go. We've got some...
It's like Sarah Assassin jamming against. Hope Lawless.
There we go, yes.
Sarah Assassin is lead jammer for Lansing. Hope Lawless in hot pursuit. Blockers gathered at the pivot line. Sarah Assassin quickly through, calls the jam.
Nice work, Sarah Assassin.
The only question is, did Hope Lawless get any points out of that?
It looks like no. Looks like the Small Town Outlaws did not get any points on that one, but that was very quick. Very smart call off by Lansing there.
So score stands 18-16 in favor of the Small Town Outlaws.
And we have
Splatter back to the jammer line for the Outlaws against Rogue One of Lansing.
And I gotta say, Mad Splatter of the Small Town Outlaws fighting very hard against a solid wall of Lansing. Gets out and is lead. There we go. Meanwhile, our Lansing jammer is trying to fight one last Small Town Outlaw, maybe 2. Uh-oh, 3. Uh-oh. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem for Rogue One.
Oh, boy.
Some wreckage in front of the benches there. As Mad Splatter gets through for 4 points. Rogue One still completing their initial pass.
Yeah,
and Rogue One is finally through.
And it does look like a lot of our Small Town Outlaws are going to go sit in the box for a second here. They're down 2 blockers at the moment. All right, down 1 now. Possibly 2. There's a lot of penalties happening at the moment for a second there.
In the midst of all that, Small Town Outlaws picked up 3 more points. They have now a 25-17 lead. And that brings us to an official timeout.
Yes, we do. And let's see, that timeout is brought to you by Two Hearted. Yeah, it's the Two Hearted timeout. So we're going to see, I believe, who called that? Oh, it's an official. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Official. So official timeout. I like to call it as a, the refs are going to just chill out for a second.
Yep.
Talk about, where are we going after this?
Right. Well, they're over at the, it looks like it must have something to do with penalties there. There are several officials massed in front of the D1-E mechanical penalty box. There were many penalties called in the midst of that jam, so probably some issues there to sort out.
Probably making sure everybody's on the same page. Also, the skaters know exactly what they did, so they don't do it again. They're in the box
for 30 seconds and feeling shame. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Feel the shame. That's okay. We've all been in the penalty box every once in a while, right?
They just need to set up a confessional in here somewhere.
That would be really funny. What did you do? All right, go do 2 burpees. You'll be fine.
Yes.
All right, we are back at it. And here we go.
Batch to jam against Herderino. And Herderino is through and lead jammer for Lansing. Batch picking up a penalty for a forearm.
Ooh.
And Herderino gets the power jam for Lansing.
Oh, it looks like maybe 2, maybe, it doesn't look like there's any Outlaws out
maybe the
there.
in is full for Small Town.
Oh boy, there we go.
Seems some confusion about who got penalties and who didn't.
I think it's because the box was full.
Yes.
And we had to wait until one came out so you could go sit down.
No room at the proverbial inn. Herderino has racked up 8 points so far. Lansing a 4-on-2 pack advantage for this power jam. Herderino navigates the last 2 blockers. That's 12 points. And just like that, the biggest jam of the game for either team. Packard stands still at the pivot line. Herderino on a 4th scoring pass.
Woo! Just makes it right on one skate to get on through.
Did the tightrope back to complete that scoring pass. Penalty to Batch has expired. Herderino spins into the pack, calls the jam.
Oh,
2 more points for Lansing.
We might have to hold for just a moment.
And with that, that's the biggest jam of the game.
Yeah.
And with that, another lead change.
And I feel like Herderino is definitely feeling the hurt-arino on their leg.
Now, concrete will do that.
Yeah. Possibly a pulled muscle. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get that taken care of. Official timeout to kind of check the track, make sure everything's A-okay. Our volunteers making sure that all the tape is down.
Got to keep the tape monster in check so they don't trip anybody. Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've been taken out by tape.
Yeah. It's like a 5th blocker, you know? It's just...
You hit it on the skate and then all of a sudden, boom, you're over with.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we are starting to get ready for the next jam.
So when we resume, it'll be Mad Splatter to jam against Sarah Sasson. Lansing leading 34-25, 16:30 left in the first period.
Both teams are ready. They've been doing squats. They've been getting low. They're ready to go. I see. Yeah, a couple of small towns doing some squats just to get ready. That signals the end of the timeout, and here we go.
So a jam is underway. Sarah Sasson sent to the infield. Mad Splatter into the referee lane. They swap positions on the track, and Sarah Sasson finds a path around the outside.
Very nice.
Lead jammer for Lansing.
Mad Splatter trying to make it through, but Lansing just keeps getting her. gets a track cut and has to go sit on down into the D1-E penalty box. Your mechanical partner right there.
So Lansing back on the power jam with a 34-25 lead. Sarah Sasson is lead jammer. On the first scoring pass. Sarah Sasson splits the last two blockers. That's 4 points for Lansing. Blockers at a standstill in turn one. Sarah Sasson enters on a second scoring pass. Gets a nice block there from number 56. That is Deacon Bruce.
Yeah, Lansing, I've noticed, Lansing is very good. Their blockers are very good at sensing where their jammer needs to go and then doing some offense to help.
And in the meantime, Sarah Sasson through on a third scoring pass. 12 points. And Lansing with the two biggest jams of the game back-to-back. Penalty to Mad Splatter has expired. That's another 4 points for Sarah Sasson. Mad Splatter getting an escort from number 666, Vino Evil.
Yeah, it was a nice little train. It was like, help me through.
Yeah.
Perfect works.
Sarah Sasson attempted to call the jam there, it looked like.
And that's it. It is expired.
But Small Town Outlaws able to collect 8 points. Lansing picks up another 2 for 18. They lead now 52-33.
It looks like somebody over on the Lansing bench is going to have to go to the box for a track cut. Oh, their jammer is supposed to go to the box for their track cut.
The power jam giveth and the power jam taketh away for Lansing.
And we have a timeout.
We have an official review requested.
I believe it was Small Town, possibly?
Lansing requested that official review.
Oh, I apologize. There we go. There we go. Probably asking about their jammer getting a track cut towards the end there. That's what I'm assuming. Because you never want to start with your jammer in the box.
No.
It's the worst.
It's always nice to have a jammer on the track.
Absolutely.
You can't score points without it.
Can't do it. All right, so now the referees are going to take a little second, kind of talk about it and see if they're either going to overturn it or if it's going to stand, whichever way. Either way, we'll let you know.
This is the point where we need to be playing the People's Court theme music.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Thank you.
Nick Tater, our referee, coming over here and letting us know exactly what we were thinking. That the Lansing is asking about the track cut on their jammer, reviewing that to see if that was a thing or if we were just joking around, one of the two.
So the referees are deliberating as we speak. We
Yes.
don't know the verdict, and we'll hold off on that until that is the verdict is delivered to the teams. We don't have Dan Llewellyn here to, talk to the plaintiff and the defendant after the case.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if we could have the referees mic'd up. I think that'd be fun.
We've had that at one point in time.
Yeah?
I remember seeing that at playoffs a few years ago.
Oh, that would be fun. It'd be just like the NFL. Everybody stretches.
The officials weren't mic'd up. They just had a microphone at their disposal to announce the outcome of the official review.
I like that. That would be fun. And actually, good on Lansing calling that official review as well, just to kind of keep an eye on things. And also, again, you never want to start with a jammer in the box.
We have some pretty sharp-eyed bench coaches at this tournament.
Absolutely.
I saw one yesterday that requested an official review because they saw the jammer basically taking a full lap after they had been called and a penalty called on them.
Yikes. Gotcha. It looks like our official review is over with, and Lansing has fielded a jammer.
I don't know if the viewers at home saw the Lansing bench doing the happy dance, but the penalty was overturned. And no power jam this time for the Small Town Outlaws.
And there we go, our jammer is out. That was quick. It's emotional damage.
Emotional damage, jamming against Batch. Batch still in the pack. Emotional damage with lead status for Lansing, and emotional damage collects a quick 4 points.
Yeah. Now you see why Lansing did challenge that, right?
Yes. Batch out of the pack. Jammer cover, helmet cover in hand. And emotional damage is through for another 4 points. Lansing blocker picking up a forearm penalty. Batch is through, has collected 4 points for the Outlaws.
And it looks like we've got a few people in the box for Lansing.
Yeah, it looks like 2 blockers in the D1-E mechanical penalty box for Lansing.
Yeah.
Emotional damage, I think. Keeping the jam running, even though Batch has collected just as many points as she has.
Yeah.
So Batch bounced into the infield by Yar.
And the Outlaw jammer gets sent to the box for a track cut.
And
they were just booped out on the inside and then just didn't come in where they needed to be. And yes, that's a technical term, booped out.
Yes. And emotional damage calls the jam.
Yep.
With the small town jammer frozen in the penalty box. That's another 16-point jam for Lansing. Small town Outlaws able to collect 10 prior to the jammer penalty. Lansing leads by 69-43.
Nice job.
It was just sitting there, teed up, ready to go.
Listen, I had to take it.
Yeah.
I had to. And we are off. And yes, it is a power jam for Lansing. Number 29, Sarah Sasson, is your jammer of note, of course. But of course, our small town outlaw jammer has come back. And these 2 jammers are not messing around. They've done their cardio this morning. And she has called it off, Sarah Sasson, before Small Town Outlaws could get anything on that jam.
The smallest jam of the last 4, 4 points for Lansing. They lead now 73-43.
I believe both teams are back at full force. There's nobody sitting in the box, so that's good news.
Humble Pie to jam for the Small Town Outlaws.
There we go.
Against Rogue One of Lansing. Rogue One breaks up the tripod of Small Town blockers. Lansing losing a blocker to the penalty box. Rogue One stretching the pack to its breaking point and picking up lead jammer for Lansing.
And it looks like our Small Town Outlaws, we might have a little bit of a change-a-rooski.
Vino Evil now with the jammer star for the Small Town Outlaws.
And that's it.
And an even smaller jam for Lansing, 2-0. They lead now 75-43, 9:47 left in the first period.
And nice job on the Small Town Outlaws trying to utilize their pivot situation and passing that helmet cover to their pivot to try to get out of there. It worked for a hot second, but Lansing knew what was up and called it right off.
So Mad Splatter to jam now against Emotional Jamage. Mad Splatter forced to the infield, picks up a back block penalty. And an illegal procedure penalty as well.
Whoa.
So Emotional Jamage will get a 1-minute power jam.
Meanwhile, Mad Splatter is sitting in the the D1-E, the penalty box, to Mechanical's partner, I should say.
Emotional Jamage survives the Malachi crunch to pick up 4 points. Small Town with a full set of blockers to defend this power jam. Lansing swings into offense, and Emotional Jamage is through for a second 4 points. Total of 8 on the jam so far.
Making good work of this power jam here.
Pack reorganized in turn 4. Emotional Jamage. 2 blockers to beat at the front. She calls the jam.
And we have an official review, possibly from the Small Town Outlaws. I have a feeling they're going to ask about this jammer illegal procedure penalty here.
Yeah, the speed at which their coach headed into the infield seems to indicate that.
I can definitely see him, but he was like in a running stand, ready to just go. As soon as the jam was called, ready to jump in there. I did not quite see what had happened for that illegal procedure.
Yeah, it was the referees have better seats for that than we do.
Way better seats, yeah, way better seats.
We will await their explanation.
In the meantime, our track is being worked on by our wonderful track kittens. And our track sponsor is brought to you by American Culinary Federation of Grand Rapids Chefs, providing all the meals for refs and NSOs for the whole weekend. I haven't had one just yet, but I hear they're yummy, yummy.
Hey,
I just got here. I'm new.
The best way to a Derby volunteer's heart is food.
Really good food,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hold off on announcing what that's about until they tell the captains. I mean, they said Small Town is seeking a back block on the Lansing jammer.
I see.
So it's like, I feel like because we're in venue, we kind of got to sit on that a little bit.
So as things stand in the middle of this official review, Lansing has exactly double the number of points as the Small Town Outlaws, 86-43.
We have about 8:12 left in this period.
Verdict is being delivered to the coaches as we speak. We'll see if there are any adjustments to the number of people in the D1-E mechanical penalty box. So that penalty, that official timeout was requested by the Small Town Outlaws, seeking a back block penalty on the Lansing jammer. And judging from the personnel on the track, that review has been declined. Not enough evidence to support the coach's claim there. So Mad Splatter started the jam in the penalty box. Herderino, the jammer now for Lansing. Penalty to Mad Splatter has expired.
And Mad Splatter is fighting a tripod of Lansing up at the front.
Curterino escapes the pack with lead status. No longer a power jam situation for Lansing.
And Matt Splatter just keeps getting pushed out by Lansing and dragged all the way back.
And Mad Splatter completes the first scoring pass, only 3 points, past a skater out of bounds.
And just stays in bounds there. Curterino calling it.
Yep.
Getting a suggestion, a very loud suggestion from her bench to call it.
We can hear it up here at the announcer's table, so yes, it was a very loud suggestion.
Always take those loud suggestions.
Yes.
And it does look like the box is completely clear, so both teams are at full force.
All that means we'll have 2 penalties right at the start of the next jam. We just invoked the announcer's curse.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry, I did it. It was on me.
Batch to jam against Sarah Sasson. And Sarah Sasson quickly through and lead jammer for Lansing.
Sarah Sasson just steamrolled at like 2.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Made very quick work of the pack. And jammy is called.
Uh-oh.
Oh, for an injury situation. So
Yep, we're going to take a pause for a hot second here.
And we overheard one of the officials saying it was due to a bleeding situation. So that's, you never want to mess with that if you can help it.
Yeah. Always a good idea to stop it and make sure everybody's A-okay. We're just going to take a pause for a quick little cleaning.
A little bit of track maintenance.
Yeah. I think we just had just a little bit of a bloody nose. No worries. No worries. We're going to clean that up, no problem. There's no main sponsor for Bloody Nose, so I have no idea.
Yeah. You know, I don't see a lot of demand for that sponsor slot. So
You should. That'd be really fun.
well, the idea is to have something that the announcers will say over and over again.
Right.
Unfortunately, those don't happen that often.
Yeah, maybe we should have a sponsor for Hurt Feelings.
Yes.
For Hurt Feelings. But in the meantime, yes, we are, let's see here. Oh, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out at the jam line. In a jam with real estate, Violet and her trusted Brendan O'Driscoll Treadstone team will be able to help.
And speaking of jam, at the end of this game, the most impactful skater will get a jar of jam from David Cucci Family Market. This flavor is Traffic Jam.
Ooh.
It has a fruit blend, strawberries, cherries, red raspberries.
I'm down.
Cranberries.
Yes.
Sugar.
Yep.
And pectin.
I mean,
those are all ingredients we can pronounce. So this is the good stuff.
It's the good stuff. It's the good stuff. And then our MVP is going to get a gift card to Modern Skate and Surf, which definitely will come in handy for a lot of things. That is for sure. So that will be very cool. And speaking of, we have tons of really cool vendors here that I am going to give all my money to very, very soon.
Yes. I think I saw a massage table in the one corner.
Yep, I'm in.
So I saw a caricature artist. I don't know if they're set up yet.
I'm in for that.
Any possible item of Grand Raggidy Roller Derby merch you could possibly want.
Oh yeah.
They're selling here this weekend.
They have like dog shirts, stuff like that.
Oh,
so
wow.
I might have to get one for my cat.
You know, I saw those. I'm not sure they're quite small enough for my cat, and I don't think I would survive trying to put that on my cat.
That is a very good point. I'm gonna have to put on like a beekeeper suit and then try to put this on my cat. It's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, we have to definitely give it up for Grand Raggidy Roller Derby for hosting this event. It's the first time that they've done it, and let me tell you what, they've done a fantastic job. They really have. I know this is my first day here, but fantastic work, everybody. Great work.
Indeed. All right, we get the 5 seconds to start.
Here we go.
And it is Rogue One jamming against Hope Lawless. And Rogue One, first out of the pack, lead jammer for Lansing.
Woo, and Rogue One is cooking.
Small Town Outlaws losing their pivot to the D1-E mechanical penalty box, and now another blocker.
Rogue One just made easy getting out of there. No problems with her.
Hope Lawless edged out of the track, but completes an initial pass.
All right.
And in the meantime, Rogue One completes a quick second scoring pass. 8 points on the jam for Lansing. They lead now 98-43, 5:33 left in the half.
It looks like we have a pivot from Lansing in the box and a pivot from Small Town in a blocker, also in the D1-E penalty box. Your mechanical partner, of course.
Mad Splatter to jam against Emotional Jammage. Mad Splatter drawn behind the jammer line as Emotional Jammage gets lead. Pack is thinned out, multiple occupants of the D1-E mechanical penalty box.
And Emotional Jammage calls it off. Before, I don't think Small Town was able to get any points on that one. No, doesn't look like it.
Small Town's been sitting at 43 for several jams now. Lansing now past the 100-point mark. They lead now 102-43.
And we are off yet again. Woo! Emotional Jam has just taken out 2 Small Town blockers. No problem. Gets right through. Your lead jammer.
Sarah Sasson taking advantage of the Outlaws' abbreviated pack to pick up lead status.
Oh, yeah. And very casually calls it off. No problem, Sarah Sasson. I don't believe, did anybody get anything? Oh, wait, Lansing did.
Yep, Sarah Sasson collects 4.
Nice.
So a quick 4 points, calling the jam. And we get Hurterino back for Lansing against Mad Splatter of the Small Town Outlaws.
And Small Town is down. I think they have just 1 blocker right now at the moment. Everybody else is hanging out in the D1-E penalty box. Your mechanical partner, D1-E Plumbing and Mechanical.
Hurterino with lead, quickly threw on a scoring pass. That's 4 quick points for Lansing. Pack reorganizes in turn 1. Mad Splatter still in the pack. Hurterino casually finds a way through. That's another 4 points. Pack's reorganizing turns 1 and 2. 2 to beat for Hurterino. She easily does so. That's 12 for Lansing.
It looks like Hurterino is just taking a nice Saturday skate, you know?
Well, you know, when you have multiple blockers in the penalty box, there's a lot of room to do that.
Absolutely.
As Hurterino will call that jam. Another 3 points for Lansing. 15 total on the jam. They lead now by 121-43.
And it looks like we're going to start this jam off with 1 in the penalty box, 1 blocker in the penalty box for Small Town Outlaws. D1-E Plumbing and Mechanical. Oh yeah, they're your mechanical partner and sponsor of the penalty box. Woohoo! Here we go.
Emotional Jamming, wasting no time. Lead jammer for Lansing.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
No.
Absolutely zero messing around.
And Lansing fully exploiting the pack advantage to do that.
Wow.
Emotional Jamage quickly through for 4. Hope Lawless in hot pursuit. And Hope Lawless sent into the infield, has to recycle. As Emotional Jamage comes around on a second scoring pass.
Nice job for Lansing there. Oh, yeah. And Hope Lawless just continues to get pushed on the inside by Lansing. And the outside.
Small Town Outlaws sitting on tripod around Emotional Jamage. And they shed a blocker to the D1-E mechanical penalty box. 4 more points for Emotional Jamage.
It looks like Hope Lawless is definitely having an issue with a tripod. Well, actually 4 now from Lansing. Trying to get through there, just having a hard time.
Jammer Star has been passed to number 15. That is Peachy Queen.
There we go.
Emotional Jamage still with control of the jam. Finds a way around. That's another 4 points. 20 on the jam so far for Lansing. Peachy Queen struggling with a tripod from Lansing. 12 seconds, 10 seconds left in the period. Emotional Jamage. More time on the jam clock than on the period clock. Looks like Emotional Jamage will run out the period at least.
Emotional
They realize, okay, out of 2 seconds, I might as well just let this go.
Yeah. All right.
In the meantime, that ends as a 24-4 jam in favor of Lansing. And they will go into the halftime break, leading by 145 to 51. We'll see you in about 15 minutes.
Yes, you will.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're ready to get back underway.
Yes.
Here, the first game of the day here on track number 2 at Mitten Kitten's Mashup 2024, featuring Lansing Roller Derby's A-Team and the Small Town Outlaws. Lansing leading by a score of 145-51. And that ended with a 24-point jam for Lansing, the biggest jam of the game to this point.
And we've seen a lot of fantastic stuff happening for both teams. Lansing and their blockers have been doing a fantastic job keeping down the Small Town Outlaws jammers. Small Town Outlaws have been very smart with their jammers when they're fielding them. So yeah, these teams have been doing some hard work this morning, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've heard the whistle of readiness, 5 seconds to start. Emotional Jammage to jam against Mad Splatter for the Small Town Outlaws. Jam is underway.
We have Emotional Jammage pushing 2 Small Town Outlaw blockers. One of those blockers is headed to the box.
Yeah, Small Town loses a blocker to a multiplayer block, going to the D1-E mechanical penalty box. Blockers scattered all over the front straightaway as Emotional Jammage completes a first scoring pass.
And Emotional Jammage checking in with her bench. Bench says calls it, and she does.
So a 4-0 jam for Lansing. They extend their lead, 149-51.
And it looks like we just have possibly one blocker from Small Town Outlaws sitting in the penalty box, the D1-E plumbing and mechanical penalty box.
So the winner of this game will come back 3:15 tomorrow over on track number 2.
Nice.
Sarah Sasson picks up lead, jamming against Batch. Lansing a 4-on-2 pack advantage. Sarah Sasson gets through, calls the jam. 4 more points for Lansing.
And I don't believe no points for Small Town Outlaws on that one. And it looks like we do have an official timeout.
The Bell's Brewery with Lions Beverage timeout.
Ooh, and it does look like Sarah Sasson, our previous jammer for Lansing, is going to head to the box for a track cut. They caught her.
They caught her.
Dun, dun, dun.
Those darn kids again with their penalties and all that. Loser of this game comes back at 5:45 p.m. tonight to play the loser of the next game at 11:15 a.m. And so Small Town Outlaws getting a bit of a reprieve with a much-needed power jam here. Hopefully they get a chance to take a dent out of Lansing's lead. Batch, the jammer of record. And Batch spins out of the pack with lead status for the Small Town Outlaws.
Little fancy dancing around the last blocker there, too.
Lansing, a full set of blockers to defend the power jam. Batch sidesteps into the pack. On the toe snaps through the inside. 4 points for the Small Town Outlaws, their first points of the half. Pack sets up the exit of turn 2. Batch on a second scoring pass.
Ooh, and Sarah Sasson is back on the track and getting on through there. Yep, Batch calling it off there.
But Batch waited until she completed the second scoring pass to call that jam.
She definitely did that. Sarah Sasson was going to try to make some good work of that. She was sitting in the box and resting for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to get out skating.
Right.
And it does look like, speaking of that, it does look like both teams are at full force. Nobody's sitting in the penalty box right now. I may have doomed a few players. I apologize already.
Rogue One to jam against Hope Lawless. Small Town setting up a tripod around Rogue One. She breaks out. And
possibly, oh.
Some confusion by Hope Lawless as lead jammer.
We're good.
Excuse me, Rogue One is lead jammer. Hope Lawless still in the pack on an initial pass.
Mm-hmm. Is getting tangled up by some Lansing blockers.
And a track cut committed by Rogue One. Hope Lawless now goes on the power jam for the Small Town Outlaws. Lansing a 4-on-2 pack advantage to defend the power jam. Hope Lawless met by a full set of Lansing blockers. Reinforcements arriving from the penalty box in the person of number 13.
It looks like we're having a nice cycle through the penalty box. everybody seems to have a turn to sit on down for a minute.
In the meantime, Rogue One, out of the box, has completed a scoring pass. 4 points for Lansing. Hope Lawless. This jam is going to go 2 full minutes. Neither jammer with lead.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Back in retrograde, both jammers drawn back behind the pivot line. And the jam will time out. 3 more points for Small Town Outlaws, a 6-3 jam in favor of Lansing.
And it looks like a possible official turnout.
We have an official timeout for track. Official timeout to, they adjusted the clock. So now 24:50 remaining in the game. Lansing leading by 157-60.
Ooh.
So a bit of track maintenance going on.
We had some track maintenance, and I believe they just sent a Small Town Outlaw skater out. Somebody possibly may have fouled out, but I'm going to double check. We're going to make sure.
Okay. So probably some record keeping to be done. And the whistle of readiness has been sounded.
It does happen. Sometimes you get just a little bit too many penalties. And you got to go to the locker room for a little bit.
You can only commit 7 before you have to leave the game.
That's it, yep.
Mad Splatter jamming against Sarah Sasson. And Sarah Sasson breaks through, lead jammer for Lansing. Mad Splatter bouncing around in the pack. Sarah Sasson on a first scoring pass. And Sarah Sasson quickly through the pack. You know, the pack was so preoccupied with Mad Splatter, he paid no attention to Sarah Sasson.
I just feel like Sarah Sasson just... They look so, like, flawless. They're just like, I'm just skating.
Just a skate in the park.
Having a good time.
Jamming in the free and open spaces now as blockers reorganize in turns 3 and 4. Small Town Outlaws a 3-on-2 pack advantage at the moment. Sarah Sasson cruises through. That's another 4 points. Mm-hmm. Mad Splatter follows suit.
Sarah Sasson just scooching on through.
Jammers taking full advantage of the abbreviated pack situation here.
Yes, very much so.
16-4 as the jam stands right now. Sarah Sasson, a 5th scoring pass. Easy as you like. 20-4 on the jam.
And Matt Spider of Small Town Outlaws just keeps getting drawn back.
The attempted apex skip is now landed by Sarah Sasson. She'll have to recycle behind the pivot line.
It was a good try. it was a good try.
Well, with a 113-point lead, you're willing to try some things. Yeah. And Sarah Sasson completes that scoring pass. 24 on the jam.
And expired. There we go.
Lansing leads now 181-64.
I like how some skaters, you know, they either look like 1, panicked, or 2, totally at ease. And I feel like Sarah Sasson looks totally at ease.
Category.
Zen.
Yes.
And we do have
it's hard to imagine achieving Zen while playing a full contact sport.
Yikes.
But
yeah. You know what?
Some people can make that work. I cannot, which is why I'm not playing.
There we go. And we do have a timeout. It looks like Small Town Outlaws did call that one. Because they are over there kind of talking, strategizing. But so far, Lansing is at 181, Small Town Outlaws 67. We have 22:27 left in the last period here. And I just want to say something which is really funny because the officials are right ahead of us, like down below us. You can't really see us on the camera, but every time the refs and everything look at the officials, I think they're looking at us, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm not.
Oh no, are we being scolded?
Yeah, what do we do? Are we going to the penalty box? The D1-E pedal flipping and the
I don't think the cord for the microphone extends that far.
I think next time we should get a wireless mic, and one of us should go to the penalty box and be like, "What'd you do?"
Yeah. Or like they used to do the old and-one playground basketball things in the arena where the announcer would be on the court running next to the players as they're playing.
Yes. Now that would be hilarious. It would just be, if it was me, it would just be me huffing and puffing.
Yeah. I would struggle with that. I don't know how to roller skate. I'm sorry. I would really struggle with that. So that's not happening for me.
I'm out of skating shape at the moment.
Yeah. Although one time at Glass City, we had one of our skating officials we got a wireless amp set up.
Ooh.
And he played the national anthem on an electric guitar as he was skating.
Whoa!
So that was cool.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, we get Batch back to the Jeremy line for the Small Town Outlaws against Herderino of Lansing.
Mm-hmm. And here we go.
Jam is underway. Herderino. Short pack to beat, gets lead for, picks up a back block penalty on the way through the pack.
There we go. Has to go sit on down. And
so a power jam opportunity, and it goes by the wayside. High block committed by Batch. And once she establishes position in the penalty box, Herderino can get out. Blockers waiting patiently in turn one. Herderino out of the penalty box. And Herderino is through, not lead jammer.
Mm-hmm.
This jam is going to go 2 full minutes.
And it looks like Batch is out as well. And we only have one blocker from Lansing in the box. And it looks like our small town Outlaws are really locking down Herderino from Lansing. Trying to.
And Herderino
heading to the box for
with the second penalty.
Oh.
For illegal contact. As Batch collects 4 points for the small town Outlaws. 3-on-2 in the pack in favor of Lansing. Batch on the second scoring pass. Spins to the inside, sent to the infield, drawn back. Batch finds some rough sailing around the outside. Cuts to the inside and is through. That's another 4 points for the small town Outlaws. Left in the jam. Can Batch complete a third scoring pass?
The small town Outlaws definitely taking a good way of doing the. Oh, hold on. There was a lot of whistles just then.
Including but not limited to whistle to end the jam.
There we go. Okay. We got a little bit of shuffle in the box, shuffle in the. There we go. Okay. Looks like just one blocker, one pivot from the small town Outlaws sitting in the box, and one blocker from Lansing. In the box as well.
We got 2 skaters with stars on their helmets, so no power jam this time. Emotional jamage to go against number 00. That is
Humble Pie.
Humble Pie.
Outlaws.
Emotional jamage picking up lead. Humble Pie stuck in the pack. Blockers gathered at the pivot line. Emotional jamage on a scoring pass. That's 4 points for Lansing. The D1-E mechanical penalty box is now clear. Humble Pie completes an initial pass.
There we go. Humble Pie is out.
As emotional jamage picks up another 4 points. Emotional jamage into the pack for a third scoring pass. Humble Pie is sent to the infield.
There goes
and that's a third 4 points for emotional jamage. 12 on the jam so far.
Humble Pie is fighting through these Lansing blockers that are just locking down.
And emotional jamage. A fourth scoring pass, a little bit easier this time. Spazzilla, recipient of the Jammer's Star for the small town Outlaws, as emotional jamage completes a fifth scoring pass.
Yes.
20 points on the jam for Lansing. Spazzilla drawn back to the rear of the pack. Emotional jamage spins to the inside. Forced to recycle. Back moving slowly through turns 3 and 4 as the jam times out.
That was a hard-fought jam for both teams.
And small town Outlaws, yes, catches 1 point. 2 more for Lansing. 22-1 in total for the jam. Lansing leads now 206-78 with 17:38 left in the game.
And here we go. Next jam, Herderino of Lansing versus Hope Lawless of Small Town Outlaws. Herderino is out. Your lead jammer of Lansing. And there we go. Your jammer for the Small Town Outlaws, Hope Lawless, is out as well.
So Herderino collects 4 points. So Outlaws a 3-on-2 pack advantage at the moment. Hope Laws has collected 4 points.
Herderino on the inside and out of there. Grabbing the points there. Hope Lawless pushing and fighting against this Lansing wall of blockers.
And Herderino into the pack, a 4th scoring pass.
Both teams' blockers locking down both of these jammers.
Outlaws setting up a tripod around Herderino at the front of the pack. And Herderino forced to the infield.
And there we go.
And that jam ran a full 2 minutes. Lansing with 16 total on the jam. Small Town Outlaws with 8. And so Lansing leads 222 to 86.
I have a feeling we're going to see some long jams in the second half.
Right. 5 seconds to start. Sarah Sasson will return to the jammer line against Mad Splatter.
It looks like 2 Small Town Outlaws blockers are sitting in the penalty box.
Sarah Sasson barely breaking a sweat to get out of the pack that time. Mad Splatter ended up in the path of greater resistance, but is out of the pack now as well. 4 points for Sarah Sasson. And Sarah Sasson through while the pack is distracted by Matt Splatter. Mad Splatter spinning out of the pack. 4 points for the Small Town Outlaws.
Escaping those Lansing blockers that have been locking them down.
Crazia taking a tumble here in front of the announcers stand.
But also laughing at the same time. And the jammers are just going to kind of, do a nice little Saturday skate with each other.
A bit of jammer-to-jammer conversation. Multiplayer block assessed to Lansing's number 21, Mick Jammer. As Mad Splatter escapes the pack. Jam is called. 16-12 in favor of Lansing.
Ooh. Yeah, so far our score is Lansing 238 to Small Town Outlaws 98 with 13:04 left in the game.
And it's actually
13-17. Yes, we've time traveled.
We did. Back in time. You know, the jam timer has the power to make that happen. Jam timer is flexing as we talk
flexing.
about this.
Up to 88 miles an hour, ready to go.
So official review has been requested by the Small Town Outlaws.
And so far, just so we know, it looks like we have 2 Lansing blockers in the penalty box, hanging out of the D1-E plumbing and mechanical penalty box. Your mechanical partner, of course. Track maintenance, oh yeah, it's happening. With style. And we're all wishing you a happy Catterday.
Yes.
Of course.
From Mitten Kittens, of course.
I wonder what the official review's about. Ooh.
Yeah, we will find out.
Ooh. They're keeping secrets from us. Secrets.
So we have some emissaries heading out to the huddle,
boy.
the referee huddle here to find out what's going on.
This looks serious.
But the benches have stated their case, and now they are deliberating.
Yep.
So our vendors are still getting set up here. It's still early on Saturday morning. Looks like we got some photo backdrops over there for you to take advantage of.
Ooh.
So all your friends back home know where you're at this weekend. So coming up after this game is done, we'll get another Division I game between Marquette and Traverse City at 11:15, followed at 1:15 by Ann Arbor B versus Great Lakes. Then we get at 3:45 we get the Kalamazoo Killstars against Lakeshore, and then we get the loser of, and then we at 5:45 p.m. we get the loser of this bout taking on the loser of the 11:15 game. It would be either Marquette or Traverse City.
And then the very, very important public house kerfuffle tonight. We got to know which bar is the best.
We got a bar brawl tonight.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody's trademarked that, because we have to call it the public house kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle, yes. I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, over on track number 2, we have at 11 a.m. we'll have Lansing B versus Mid-Michigan. The Killer Crew from Kalamazoo against Ann Arbor's local team. 3:30 we'll get the Motor City Disassembly Line against Chemical City. And then at 5:30 p.m. it'll be the loser of the G-Rap Attack Irish Hills game against the loser of Lansing B versus Mid-Michigan. And then the final game over on track number 2 will be at 7:15 p.m. between the winner of the G-Rap Attack Irish Hills game against the winner of Lansing B versus the Mid-Michigan Mayhem. So there's plenty here for you to do all day today. Not to mention all that's happening tomorrow. And we have a final score from track number 1. It's the Grand Raggidy G-Rap Attack 152, Irish Hills 119.
Ah. Looks like we might be wrapping up our official review, possibly. Coaches have gone back to the benches.
See if there's any shift of personnel in the penalty box. So Small Town Outlaws with a full set of skaters to start this next jam.
Oh, here we go.
Emotional Jammage out now as well. So We get the whistle of readiness. 5 seconds to start. Not certain what the verdict of that official review was, but
not quite sure. I'm sure we'll be told.
Yes.
A little bit later.
Jam is underway. Emotional jammage against Batch. And Batch first through. Lead jammer for the Small Town Outlaws. Emotional jammage out now as well.
I believe I just heard her go, oh no!
Batch taking a big hit, forcing a call off of the jam. And 3 points for the Small Town Outlaws. That pushes them past the 100-point barrier, 101 to 238. 12:36 left in the game. Humble Pie back to the jammer line for the Small Town Outlaws against Rogue One of Lansing. Rogue One getting a rolling start. Finds a path to the inside and picks up lead jammer for Lansing.
And meanwhile, Rage Violet, I believe? Violet Rage, yes?
Yes.
Is stuck kind of in the back a little. Oh, wait, no. I apologize. I'm wrong. They're out.
That's Humble Pie with the jammer.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Humble Pie wearing the jammer star for the Outlaws. Rogue One with lead status on a scoring pass.
There we go. Humble Pie getting knocked on the inside and then taking a little bit of knocks on the inside. There we go.
And Rogue One picking up a track cut penalty. That's kind of, yep.
Small Town Outlaws a power jam.
And another track cut assessed to a Lansing blocker. No pack is declared. Humble Pie.
Being dragged all the way to the back.
Penalty to Rogue One has expired.
And Rogue One is out of that pack. And it looks like, yeah, both teams are at full force. Nobody in the penalty box. And I spoke too soon. Blocker for Small Town Outlaws head to the box. And Lansing as well.
So Small Town Outlaws have passed the jammer star to Slaley. As the jam ends.
Too late, yep.
12-0 to Lansing. No, 4 points for the Small Town Outlaws, 12-4.
All right.
So score stands now 250 to 105. 10 minutes left in the game, and we have an official timeout.
We do.
That's this timeout, once again, brought to you by Bill's Brewery with Alliance Beverage, a two-hearted timeout.
Nice.
So as we await the outcome of this official timeout, 9:58 left in the game.
Alrighty. We're going to get back into it. And it looks like we're going to start this jam. 2 blockers down from Small Town Outlaws. They are sitting in the penalty box, and 1 blocker from Lansing also sitting in the penalty box.
Herderino jamming against Hope Lawless. And Herderino picks up lead jammer. Hope Lawless is out of the pack now as well. Herderino completing a first scoring pass. Lansing a 3-on-2 pack advantage as the With some reinforcements arriving from the penalty box for the small town Outlaws. Hope Wallace set into the infield. Curterino on a second scoring pass, gets through.
And Hope Wallace is out as well.
So 8-4 as the jam stands right now. Curterino on a third scoring pass. And Curterino picks up a penalty for a forearm. Ooh. And Hope Wallace is going to go on the power jam now for the small town Outlaws. Hope Wallace escapes the pack. That's 4 more points for the Outlaws. 3-on-3 in the pack. Hope Wallace on a third scoring pass. Back at the standstill at the jammer line. Hope Wallace into the pack as the penalty to Curterino has now expired.
Curterino got out of there very quickly. And I know I'm going to jinx both teams, but they're both at full force now.
Fortunately, the jam ended before the curse could be invoked. So that ends as 8 points for the small town Outlaws. We'll see how many more for Lansing. They have at least 12. 4 more for Lansing. So 16-8 on that jam for Lansing. They lead now 266-113. 7.5 minutes left in the game. Sarah Sasson to jam against Peachy Queen.
Sarah Sasson is out, and your lead.
Sarah Sasson approaches on a scoring pass. And that is Mad Splatter with the jammer star now for the small town Outlaws. Two blockers will beat at the front for Mad Splatter. She gets through. That's 4 points for the Outlaws.
And here comes Sarah Sasson, not far behind.
So 8-4 to Lansing as this jam sits. Small town Outlaws, a full set of blockers. And Sarah Sasson emerges from the wreckage with another 4 points. Mad Splatter still in the pack. Ducks around one last block and picks up another 4.
Nice spin by that small town's Mad Splatter to get out of there. Oh, and it looks like Sarah Sasson's going to the box for a track cut.
So a power jam now for Mad Splatter. And that's 4 more for the small town Outlaws. They now have 12 points on the jam. 16 for Lansing as Sarah Sasson sits in the D1-E mechanical penalty box. Mad Splatter into the pack.
And a little help, yeah.
Rides the toe stops through.
Yes.
So a 16-point jam, biggest jam of the game for the small town Outlaws. Penalty to Sarah Sasson is over as the jam ends. And Sarah Sasson able to collect 4 points before the 4th whistle. So a 16-16 jam.
That ends. Notice that Sarah Sasson followed the small town Outlaws blocker, or excuse me, jammer through their blockers, because the blockers made room for their jammer, and then whoop, Sarah Sasson just
there she goes.
Yep. Very
18-16 jam in favor of the small town Outlaws. 131-282. Less than 5 minutes in the game.
And it looks like
Curterino.
And both teams are now at full force.
Batch, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you are right, yes.
Yep. So Batch.
And Batch is out. and lead. Let's see what happens here. A lot of blocker action happening on Batch here, trying to push them out to the side. Nope, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Batch stays in, gets those points.
So Herderino to the penalty box. It's going to put Batch in the power jam.
Believe so.
Batch takes a big hit from Yar.
Ooh.
That's a direction of gameplay penalty assessed to Yar. And Batch is out. Batch commits a track cut. The
Lots
power
of
jam
penalties
giveth,
happening here.
and the power jam taketh away.
And there we go. Now Lansing Jammer.
The Jammer swap has taken place. So this is going to go 2 full minutes. Herderino is out. That is the initial pass for Herderino. Batch in the penalty box. Batch is now out of the penalty box. And a forearm penalty assessed somewhere in the pack.
I believe so.
And a forearm assessed to Herderino. So after all of that, that was an 8-point jam for the Small Town Outlaws. No points for Lansing.
Yeah.
282 for Lansing, 139 for the Small Town Outlaws. 2:30 left in the game.
An official timeout. Yes, we do. I think there was just so many penalties that we have to figure out.
Right. A lot of jammers in and out of the penalty box. A lot of blockers. We do not have the penalty counts at our disposal here at the announcers table, so it's uncertain whether maybe somebody's fouled out.
Possibly, but we don't know just yet. We're just making wild speculations here because that's what we do.
We don't see anybody making a beeline for the locker room, so that's a good sign.
All right, we are back.
We get the whistle of readiness with 2:32 to play in the game. And Lansing's jammer in the penalty box.
Yeah, then we have also 2 blockers from Small Town Outlaws also in the penalty box.
Hope Lawless, the jammer of record for the Small Town Outlaws, on the power jam.
And those Lansing blockers are not making her life easy at all.
And Hope Lawless is through, lead jammer for the Small Town Outlaws. Blockers reorganizing in turn 2. Hope Lawless on one skate, but she put a skate down in the infield. She'll have to recycle. Penalty to Herderino has expired. Hope Lawless on a scoring pass, gets through. That's 4 points for the Small Town Outlaws.
And it looks like, yes, both jammers are back on the track. They're doing their thing. Lansing is at full force when it comes to blockers. 1 down for Outlaws sitting in the box. And it is called off by Lawless. Let's see what we got going on here.
So 3 more points. Total is 7 for the Outlaws. 7-0 on that jam. With just over a minute remaining in the bout. Lansing leading by 282 to 146. Rogue One will take the jammer star for Lansing against Batch.
Batch as well. And we are off.
Jam is underway. 44 seconds left in the game.
Batch is out and to the box.
Batch was a little too eager, so a forearm penalty assessed to Batch. Rogue One picks up, has gained lead status, but got reabsorbed into the pack.
And Rogue One, there we go, getting around that one last blocker from Small Town.
15 seconds left in the period, 1:25 left on the jam. Rogue One on a scoring pass. And Rogue One is out. 4 points for Lansing. And Rogue One will call the jam. Unofficial final score, Lansing 286, Small Town Outlaws 146.
But we love to hear that rolling whistle.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
All right. An official review.
Hold
has been
up,
requested.
everybody. We got an official review.
All right.
Oh, wait, official timeout.
Official timeout.
It's us.
We don't see it. Okay, we don't see any blinking lights on the scoreboard. And one Lansing skater has already removed their skates.
And I believe that was the rolling whistle. Final score, Lansing 286, Small Town Outlaws 146. Fantastic work on both teams, especially for an early morning bout like
Yes.
this. Woo! Yikes. But
They woke up ready to play.
Yes. And after they all slap hands and, have a good time, we have got to crown some people.
We've got some skater awards to hand out momentarily.
Yes, we do.
Once skaters have completed their handshake laps. I mean, I know it's early, but come on down to trackside.
Sure.
Lansing taking their handshake lap. Forming the London Bridge.
Oh, yes.
Or in Michigan, is it the Mackinac Island Bridge?
You know what? Let's go with the Mackinac Bridge.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is the Mitten Kittens. This is the Michigan tournament. We'll use a Michigan landmark to commemorate the end of the game proceedings.
All right.
So, Small Town Outlaws taking their handshake lap. And we'll be handing out awards momentarily.
Yeah, I'll go do that.
Are we deciding emotional damage and hand splatter?
Okay, A-Bomb's got to head down trackside to hand out the skater awards, including first for a jar of Coochie Family Farm Jam for the most impactful skater. For the Small Town Outlaws, it is number 23, Mad Splatter. And the winner of the gift card from Modern Skate and Surf for the most valuable skater of this game, it is for Lansing Roller Derby number 12, Emotional Jamage. Come on down and get your fabulous prizes. Emotional Jamage, that's you. There we go. So thanks for hanging out with us here on first game of Saturday morning here at Mitten Kitten Mashup 2024. I'm Biff Mixelot signing off for my partner A-Bomb.